There is a lot to discuss here, Lawrence. I'm going to start with the Phoenix rally. Obviously, these rallies are very good for the president, and that it is a reset button for him politically and perceptually. He is able to discuss the things that he wants to discuss in the way he wants to discuss them, which is around a group of people who are still very excited about his agenda. Is this mayor in Phoenix being purely political, or does he have a point? Should the president delay this rally?
No rallies. No rallies. Go to your people. Go to communities across the country. He likes being on the road. This is opportunity. Go to communities of color and talk about the issues that are facing them. And then have some humility. Say, I didn't understand why this was wrong to you, that I broke your heart. I didn't understand that. But you know what? I'm going to do better. And I'm going to fix the economic status in your community. I'm going to help fix the education system. At the end of the day, this was an emotional week for all of us. And it's understandable. But at the end of the day, once our emotions die down, we have real issues. And this is the opportunity for the president to go on the road and talk to the voters. Not this rally stuff with the people that are already supporting you. Go find the people that want to support you and that are hurt and need economic prosperity. That's what he should do.
I do understand why Phoenix, why Arizona, for a couple of reasons. He can talk about infrastructure, which we know the president has wanted to do, and he can talk about building the wall, which is part of that. He can talk about health care, because we know that Obamacare has plummeted in its ability to give people sustainable health care, and those prices went so high in that particular state of Arizona for coverage. So I get that. The problem is when your message will be usurped by all of the recent history, it doesn't serve you. And mistakes get made when you try to overcome the obvious, which is you need to have a different conversation right now. So there's some opportunities also. Your hometown of Chicago, where they had upwards of a dozen murders over the last few weekends. And the president talked about this when he was a candidate, how best to change the economic situation in Illinois for people of color in those urban communities. He didn't get a lot of credit because he probably lumped all of us into urban communities at the time. But he talked about it, and he got the conversation to go there. So if you want to look for opportunities, it doesn't always have to be about the baseline of where we are. He could mix it up in what you're saying, along with economic prosperity. He could go to a place where our former president is from, President Obama, and struggled. It seemed to be to actually get there to deal with the murder rate there. Just a thought.
You know, my family lives in Arizona. Some of them are Trump supporters.
Mine too.
Yep, some of them aren't. I don't think he should go do a rally there either. Look, I think the Democrat mayor...
Did you say that because you're worried about some of the counter-protests and that it could turn violent, or the president just needs to focus and reset in a different way?
I think it's both. I think, first of all, the Democrat mayor, his reasons are probably more political for why he doesn't want the president to go. I think for the president, it's politically more advantageous for him at this moment to be more presidential. And I think Doug Schoen is doing a huge favor to the president right now, because he is giving excellent advice. He should act presidential, and he should give this address. I like your idea. I think maybe things are too raw to go into those communities right now, and I think there'll be a lot of counter-protests, and he'll have to deal with that. He should.
You would be surprised.
Maybe find a receptive audience.
Oh, most
I think he should be in the Oval Office.
People are crying. I go to my barbershop in Garland, Texas, every single week, and they support the president. They want help, but they need the president to speak to them. I heard the president message during the campaign. Now it's time for the president to show humility and go to them, not expect
after the Oval Office. I think he should do the Oval